You do not want to do business via email. If somebody sends you an illustration via email and they think, oh, hey, that's one way to get them, that's one way to hook them, all they're there for is the commission check. They're not there to make sure that we are looking at your finances and we are doing what's right for you. I don't know how people give advice, and I don't know how you do it in less than an hour and a half. Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. Thank you very much for being here. Okay, you guys, let's talk about asking me for stuff via email. I recently got an email that somebody said, hey, can you send me an illustration? Not the first time I've gotten that email. I get them quite frequently. That somebody wants to know, hey, how much premium can I pay? Hey, how is a policy structured? Can you send me an illustration? I want to pay X amount of premium. I want X amount of death benefit. And that's not how I work. That might be how some other agents work that are slimy and just want to sell insurance. You tell me what you want for premium and I'll send you an illustration, and then you can go shop around and see who's better and who's best. And yet you don't understand anything about it. That is not how I work. I'm never going to send you anything via email. I'm never going to conduct business for a new client via email. If I have an existing client who I've met with and they're asking for stuff, great, fantastic. But I am not going to do this with somebody that I have never met. And when we do have a first meeting, here is how that goes. Because there's a lot of people that are misunderstanding what this first meeting is about. Those people probably are not here listening to this, but in case you are, so when you guys set up your first meeting with me, you are going to get an email. Within 2 minutes of setting up that meeting, you're going to get an email, and that email is going to instruct you on what numbers you need to have ready. If you do not get that email and you do not have your numbers ready, then we're not having our meeting. I had to end a meeting a couple of weeks ago. The guy didn't have his numbers ready. I said, did you get your email? Oh, yeah. But he did not want to share numbers with me. I said, I can't help you until I have your numbers. So I'm happy for you to reschedule, but we are not going to go any further into this process because it doesn't matter. And so what he was trying to do is just get information out of me and say, well, I just have a couple questions about this. Well, I'm not going any further. If I do not understand what you're doing in life and how you're handling money, there is absolutely no point. Do not waste my time and do not be inconsiderate of the people that are waiting 3 months. This blows my mind. These people, and this has happened like 2 or 3 times in the last couple of weeks. People have scheduled their appointment. They've waited 2 to 3 months to get in with me, and then they don't want to share information with me, or they are concerned that it is not private information and I'm going to go out and just, share all their information publicly. And so if that is you, or you cancel last minute or whatever happens, you don't have your numbers ready, you are not prepared for that meeting. That to me, it is inconsiderate of me. But it is also inconsiderate of all of those other people that are behind you waiting and anticipating getting in, and you were not ready and you did not want to share your information. If you want more information all about infinite banking, there is this podcast, right? Go back and listen to the past episodes. I have 300 podcasts between this one and Without the Bank, and you should be able to get everything that you need to know here. And then I can do some finer details in our meeting and we can apply it to what you're learning. So when you schedule with me, it's an hour and a half because I have a lot of questions about what you're doing, how you're utilizing money, what's happening with estate plans. Are we going to have to buy anything? There's just a lot of stuff that I need to know in order to serve you correctly. If you are trying to get that all done without an agent that's doing that and caring about your personal finances, then you probably don't care about your personal finances yourself. Okay, that might sound harsh, but it's the truth. If you're willy-nilly just flying around, putting money wherever, and you're not actually doing your due diligence, and life is a struggle, it's because you're making it a struggle. Do your due diligence. You want to schedule an appointment with people that help. And so make sure you're getting that. So if you are emailing or you're thinking about emailing because Joe Schmo sent you an illustration because you emailed them, well, Joe Schmo is not probably somebody that you want to do business with. Because they're going to send you an illustration without even explaining how it's structured. without explaining where all the money is going, without explaining what you need to look at in that illustration, what all the columns mean. If someone is not explaining that to you, how do you even know what you're looking at? I don't understand why you would even do that. If you are somebody out there that is like, oh, I just have a lot of questions about how this works, I need to have those numbers. Don't email me and ask me for illustrations and numbers. And here's another thing. You guys will say, well, can I do this? And you're emailing me and you're giving me like 2 paragraphs of your life. And you're saying, hey, can I do this? I am always going to respond back and say, I don't know. I don't know. I need to have a meeting because I have a lot more questions. And even if you write me a short novel, I'll read it. But I'm still not going to give you advice via an email. So if you are emailing me and you have a very quick, legit question like, hey, Mary Jo, can I roll an IRA money into a life insurance policy? Nope, you sure can. Right? Easy question, no big deal. I don't need it. That's pretty cut and dry. But what should I do? Or is this still possible? If you are 75, 80 years old and saying, oh, is this still possible for me to do a whole life insurance policy? The short answer would be for your age, yeah, possible. Does it make sense? What else do you have going on? Because I have done policies for 80-year-olds. He purchased them with their children as the insured. And so we didn't buy it on his life. We insured the kids' lives, not his life. So is it possible? Maybe, but I have to know what's going on because I can't just answer that willy-nilly via an email. So I know for 7 minutes now I've beat this dead horse, but I think it is super important to beat it because of the fact that I am getting so many emails of people that think that they want to do business via email. And believe me, you do not want to do business via email. If somebody sends you an illustration via email and they think, oh, hey, that's one way to get them. That's one way to hook them. All they're there for is the commission check. They're not there to make sure that we are looking at your finances and we are doing what's right for you. I don't know how people give advice, and I don't know how you do it in less than an hour and a half. I mean, there are some times where if we don't have any family drama to cover, somebody just has a W-2 job, it's pretty easy. We can do it in, 45 minutes. But I truly have a lot of questions. And if let's say that we don't have any family drama, we don't even own a business, we just have a W-2 job. Well, then my question becomes, what is the goal in life? Like where do you want to be? Do you want to have some cash flow? How are we going to put money away for retirement? What is the ultimate goal? And these are things that a lot of people aren't being asked, or they're super, super scared to even talk about because they think they're going to be laughed at and shunned. And so I don't know how you do it in less time than that. And I do have other people I know, I have colleagues I know that will do like a 20-minute phone call or they'll do like a 30-minute meeting. And then they all talk about what somebody should do later, but they're not explaining that. They're finding money for people. If you're working with an agent that's finding money for you and not including you in on that process and not telling you where they're getting the money from, they're just like, oh yeah, this is how much we can put in, but we're not going to tell you where the money is coming from. Then how are you ever going to know? If you're not explained how the policy is structured, if all the life insurance words are not being used, how do you know what you're purchasing? And so I get pretty detailed, not like down to the nitty gritty, but I get pretty detailed in our first meeting. And it's kind of a fire hose. Like there's a lot to absorb and it can be very overwhelming for people. That's why you're here. But I need to know all the other stuff and you should want me to know all the other stuff. Okay. Let me know if you have comments, questions, concerns. Email me at maryjo@withoutthebank. Just don't ask me for financial advice for your particular situation at maryjo@withoutthebank because I am not going to be able to help you. I will tell you to schedule a meeting and then that's going to make me sound like a salesman and, all this stuff. Anywho, let me know if you need anything. Get the book, Farming Without the Bank. Get Nelson's book, schedule your appointment. If you cannot show up for your appointment, reschedule. If you make an appointment, make sure that you have your numbers ready. All right, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day.
Thanks for listening to the Farming Without the Bank podcast. We hope today's episode has inspired you to take control of your finances in new ways. Don't forget to check out our website, farmingwithoutthebank.com, and engage with us on our Facebook page, Farming Without the Bank. Join us next week as we smash more financial myths and empower you to accomplish your financial goals.